I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well I've got you under my skin? I'd sacrifice anything, come what may, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin, because I've got you under my skin.
And welcome to the This Are Johnny Domino podcast, a light-hearted, entertaining and insightful podcast featuring two brothers talking about music, what they did record a while ago.
Yeah. He is Stephen.
And he is Giles.
Hello. And that was slinky, man.
Thank you.
Slinky.
I liked your performance poetry. It was very angry. It was very aggressive. Yet romantic.
That's what I was going for. I was just trying to get people's attention.
Yes.
But here we are back again with more entertainment for free.
Yes.
Yeah. Free entertainment.
You know, if anyone wants to pay for it, then I'd be down with that. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, you know, could do with the money, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we're just going to talk about some music and stuff.
Music and stuff, some of which we have recorded and some of which we have not recorded.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're a new listener, then it started off with us basically listening to old songs that we recorded. But it's kind of diversifying a little bit these days.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll still listen to old songs that were recorded. We'd also talk about new songs that we've recorded and songs that were recorded by other people who are not us.
Revolutionary.
Yes.
Yeah. We did see each other recently.
I know, it's freaky, wasn't it, in real life?
Because we don't see each other when we're doing this.
No.
I was thinking the other day, actually, we need to start doing this by video because I need to see your face, man.
Okay.
It would be nice to see your face when we're recording this. I can't really tell what you're thinking.
I'm usually just squinting at you.
I know, but
trying to figure out where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll take a picture of myself and I'll send it you.
No, but I need to see the real-time reactions.
But it's usually just me squinting at you, being a bit confused.
Yeah, it's just maybe that kind of like look of sort of confusion and slight anger might put me off. I don't know.
Yeah, simmering rage.
Anyway, we did see each other recently.
Yes.
We went out, didn't we? We went to see the Beta Band.
Or the Beta
Band at Rock City the other day.
Yeah.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have spoken about this and we're on the same sort of page that the best stuff that they did was on the 3 EPs.
Definitely.
Wasn't it?
The first stuff that you heard of them with Dry the Rain and Inner Meet Me and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was the stuff that still sounds good.
Yeah.
Really.
And when they kicked into Dry the Rain, it was like, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
The main thing I thought was they are such a strange band to have done so well on the kind of the reunion circuit.
Well, yeah, because this is like it was like their third gig, wasn't it, on this tour that we saw them at Nottingham, and
it sold out.
Yeah, sold out, and you know, rightly so. You know, they've done some good stuff, and they're a good band. Yeah, but you know, I had a few problems with it. I don't know. I found it a bit boring at times. I have to admit, it did go on a bit, some of the songs, but then they've always been that kind of a band.
They're a jam band,
and bongos.
Yep, a lot of bongos.
Yeah.
The This Are Johnny Domino podcast. It's got bongos.
But I think the use of bongos was perhaps just solo bongos, man. I'm not into just bongos for the sake of it. Just bongos going. Yeah. And also the old sort of swapping instruments thing. I don't know. What do you feel about that? I don't know what I feel about that. I think they shouldn't let the drummer play guitar.
Oh, God, that bit when he played the guitar was bloody awful.
Is it ever good to let the drummer play guitar? That's very drummerist. Sorry, I'll stop.
No, because our friend Brian / Jock, who we're going to hear from on this episode, great guitarist, great drummer. Okay? He can do both.
Yeah,
it's not impossible. Dave Grohl should only drum, personally speaking.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But he can play the guitar as well. When the beta band.
I think just go with beta.
Okay.
Beta. Just call the whole thing off, man.
Okay, I'm just going to call him Tomato. When the Tomato Band were playing the other night, that was awful, that bit when he played the guitar.
Yeah, and it just seems a bit ridiculous, like swapping. Because, the bass player is a good bass player. The guitarist is a good guitar. He swapped. He did do some other fiddly things. He's doing bongos on one song.
Well, they're all
bongos. Just stick to the thing that you're good at,
But I did think, though, Johnny Domino, when we started out, we were a bedroom recording project, and occasionally we'd get friends in to help us out. And I was watching the beta band and thinking, we could have done that. We could have had lots of guitars and lots of people. Like we could have got, Albert on the bass, and maybe Rob could have, played a bit of guitar to do some of the extra guitar bits.
Yeah.
And then you could have played the drums, and then Jock could have played the guitar, and then you could have played a bit of guitar. We could have all swapped it around, but it just wasn't an option for us. But I don't think anyone was hankering for us to play live anyway. But we could have done it.
Yeah, look, right. My review of the gig that we saw might sound a bit lukewarm. I guess it is. The fact is, though, right, I would kill to be in the beta band. Do you know what I mean? That would be a band that I would want to be in. And certainly when they were out, with their first EPs and stuff, I wanted to be in that band. But we are not that band.
No, we are not. No.
We are not that band. And we, this... I don't know what I was going to say. I've lost my thread.
The thing I thought there were a lot of people in that audience who...
with grey hair and glasses.
Oh, well, that's a given for every band you go and see at the moment. For the Six Music audience, that was that crowd. But I think there were some people who had, in a euphemistic way, had seen things in their youth, in a kind of chemically induced seeing things sort of way. And now they worked in education, and they were all at that gig. Especially the group of like 4 or 5 people that were dancing in front of where we were.
Oh, yeah. That was a staff night out.
Yeah, it was a staff night out. There was a lady in front of us as well. And she was like...
She's a geography teacher.
But she was clearly... But she was raving to the pre-gig walk-on music, which was David Bowie's Memories of a Free Festival.
Oh yeah,
and she was like raving to it. And I thought
it's good. It's good to see people going for it.
She's not been on one for a few years, but she's let it go on a Tuesday night in Nottingham.
I think she'd had a few
shandies,
a few Veras or whatever. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Giles and Stephen's mum, and I don't listen to their podcasts. I think they're very silly boys.
You went to see a film, did you? You went to see a film as well, didn't you?
I did. Well, that was recently. I went to see the Spinal Tap sequel. The End Continues. And I was very nervous. I was very worried in advance because This Is Spinal Tap is a film which has meant a great deal to me and has brought me many, many hours of joy. And those people in that film, I've got a lot of goodwill stored for those people. And that I was hoping that wasn't going to be the only thing that carried me through the sequel.
Dude, look, I'm sorry, I'm going to pause you there.
Yeah.
With that preamble to you talking about this film,
yes,
it's only going to end in disappointment. I'm sorry.
I know exactly what you mean. And when they start talking about all these people doing guest spots and cameos, and you've got Elton John with his little piddly little fingers hammering away at the piano, and you've got Paul McCartney rocking up, doing some stuff. That's kind of thought, oh, this cannot be good. And I'm pleased to say I really enjoyed it. And the bit with Elton John was really great. And the bit with Paul McCartney was really funny as well. And, there were some bits that didn't quite work. And, obviously they're great at being tap. And some of the people who were obviously really pleased to be in the Spiral Tap film, weren't quite as good as the Tap Boys at improvising. And some bits, some bits worked, some bits didn't work. But on the whole, I just left with a really, really good feeling.
It's time for the This Are Johnny Domino podcast. Time for some very obscure music. Giles and Steve will probably argue about something pointless. So yeah.
I found a CD.
Yes, you did.
I found a CD, Steve, and I've given it you. And
Yes.
I found it at the bottom of a pile of CDs in the attic of our parents.
Wowzers.
It's a very weird little CD. It's like a little mini CD.
It's a 3-inch CD. 3-inch
very
CD.
strange, very strange. And it's got the band Bulldozer Crash on
Yes.
it, which features our friend, Mr. Mark Elston, the Elk of This Our Johnny Domino, and Liberty Ship and other bands, and Bulldozer Crash. And we're not going to play that song.
No, we're not.
Bulldozer Crash. But we are going to play a song by another band that was on the CD called Tricycle Pop Star, which was, for me, a standout track.
Yeah.
Everyone under the sun, I put my heart into the decision. For everyone under the sun, light a match and say bye bye. Could you understand my freshly pain as the time of combustion? Could you understand my fleshly pain as the time of combustion? For everyone under the sun, I put my heart into the decision. For everyone under the sun, light a match and say bye bye. Light a match and say bye bye.
Rewind. Put that on again.
It's short enough.
Let's have it again. So this song is singing about self-immolation.
It's true. It's true.
And it's so jaunty.
Well, he's put a lot of thought into it, and he's quite happy with the decision, I think. Boy?
That's such a good use of a boink there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Light a match and say bye-bye. Did we know anything about Tricycle Pop Star
You know what?
at all?
If I'd have had time, I would have looked it up. But look, if I find anything out, I will insert it in a kind of squealy feedback sort of way.
I think we play the other song by Tricycle Pop Star in the future, and you can tell us all about it.
Yeah, but
do your research, because the other song's quite good as well. But that definitely stands out for me.
It's brilliant. Could you understand my fleshly pain at the time of combustion? He sounds so happy about the fact that he's going to set himself on fire.
It's fabulous.
He thought about it a lot. And while we were doing that, I accidentally played a song that I was going to play for you because...
Can I just say, before you get into that, I just want to say one thing, very important. Blind Freddie could say that was a good song, right?
Blind Freddie could see that she was just using him.
Oh, Chloe, come off it. Blind Freddie could see that you're still in love with him.
Well, I reckon Blind Freddie could see she played rings around the other girl.
Well, assuming Blind Freddie wasn't deaf, I suppose he could.
It's about time. Blind Freddie could see you were meant to be together.
Come on now. Blind Freddie could see how much time you two have been spending together lately.
And it might be easier if Blind Freddie didn't see so much of us hanging out together, right?
Well, what do you mean, what do I think? There's nothing to think. They're ruined. Blind Freddie can see that.
Blind Freddie.
Yeah, but when I first heard that, when you brought it round the other day, it reminded me of, I used to make little tapes for people when I was at college and school and stuff like that. And I used to fill it up with dialogue from TV programs and films. And I also used to go into our dad's collection of 7-inch singles. And I used to kind of look through and think, well, that's a stupid song title. I'll put that on. And I'd use that to fill the tape after putting bloody His Name Is Alive and Coding and all these jolly hits of the past. And I found one which I thought, that's amazing. That sounds like one of those death discs that the BBC used to try and ban. Things like Leader of the Pack and Tell Laura I Love Her and Johnny Remember Me, all that kind of stuff. Where, they got banned.
What's it called?
Well, it's called Goodbye Cruel World. And you know what I mean? And I thought, this is brilliant. And it starts with like a martial drum beat. You think, oh man, he's going to the gallows.
Yeah. Oh. Nice.
Oh, goodbye, cruel world. I'm off to join the circus. Gonna be a broken-hearted clown. Paint my face with a good-for-nothing smile. 'Cause a mean, fickle woman turned my whole world upside down.
Nice.
Yeah, so it doesn't quite fulfill the brief of a death disc.
Well, no, because he's saying goodbye. It's a bit misleading, really, because he's not saying goodbye to the world. He's going to join the circus. Who's that by?
That's by James Darren.
Oh,
yes, but
James Darren.
Yes, Darren.
Not Bobby. Is he related to Bobby Darren?
No, because that's Darin. I think. I mean, you know, this like Dad's collection of 7-inch singles. There are some absolute stinkers in there, butts and belters, and that, you know, Goodbye Cruel World is a bit of a classic. Yeah, but it's again another jaunty song about not so much ending your life in that case, but you know, drawing a line under things.
Yeah,
you know, he's not setting himself alight.
Yeah,
but the first time I heard it, I was slightly disappointed when the circus came in. I thought, well, that's not what I was after.
Yeah, well, I think it's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to the whole thing after the podcast.
It's a cracker.
Right. We've got to get into the PRF Tribute Series.
Yes, you know what? We need a jingle for this because we keep talking about it. The PRF Tribute Series is a Facebook group where every month an artist is chosen and everybody within the Facebook group attempts a song which is either a version of that artist's song, or it could be something about them, or some kind of tangential sort of way related to said artist.
Yeah.
And in September, the artist was Canadian hardcore industrial disco type band Skinny Puppy.
And we were scratching our heads, weren't we?
We were very
collectively,
much so.
really, because they're just they're not very good, are they? Really?
No one had heard them. No one had heard them, really.
Yeah. No, well, obviously some people have because they're well known, but in some circles, I guess. But to me, it was an unknown thing, and I'm going to keep it unknown because I didn't really like it very much.
Yeah, what you heard was not good.
No, but we did put something together, which is not a Skinny Puppy song. It's just about a skinny puppy. Was a skinny puppy, and now he's a skinny dog. He likes to cut up some jazz. He likes to cut out the ass. Hey, a skinny puppy, and now he's a skinny dog. He was a skinny puppy, and now he's a skinny dog. Sometimes he's a bad boy. On occasions he will share joy,
Look at that skinny puppy. Now he's a skinny dog. Skinny puppy, and now he's a skinny dog. He's got the rhythm of the week, and he knows when not to speak. He's a skinny puppy, inside a skinny dog. He was a skinny puppy. And now he's a skinny dog. He scratched up all his records, but CDs he can't afford. Just a skinny puppy. And now he's a skinny dog. Scratched up all his records, CDs he can't afford. Just a little skinny puppy. Now he's a skinny dog. I'm the skinny puppy. Why do I smile? Much rather kick in the eye. If you see my skinny puppy, won't you please drag him on? That is He Was a Skinny Puppy by Johnny Domino, featuring the fantastic trumpet playing of Mr. Frankie Machine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I enjoyed it, even though I didn't have a dry martini in my hand. Didn't win, though, did it, Steve?
Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't. I mean, I wasn't really...
You're sounding resigned now, aren't you?
No,
sounding resigned.
Well, look,
The resignation sets in.
It is literally all about the taking part, isn't it? It's giving your creativity a bit of a boot up the arse.
Yeah, but I want to win, man.
I'd love to win, but,
We're not going to win doing stuff like that, are we?
No.
Everyone else did quite serious, electronic sounding stuff that sounded a bit like Skinny Puppy.
Well, yeah, and, the Derby contingent was pretty quiet, wasn't it? It was only us and Ian having an attempt at it, and his was a piece of industrial music, which was all about the fact that Skinny Puppy at one point sued the American government for using Skinny Puppy's music to torture people with.
Wow.
And they sued them for kind of, I don't know if it's like performance rights or just for the very idea that they were being used as a weapon of torture.
I wonder if they still use that.
I don't know. What I've heard of Skinny Puppy, it's not really that. It's not all that. If you want to go something which is really hard and heavy, some of it just sounds a little bit disco.
Yeah.
But, I haven't gone that far into it, so.
I don't know. I'm happy to leave them behind, really.
Yep.
This month, the upcoming month.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Beyonce.
Is Beyonce. So, got to do something with Beyonce next.
Yes.
Which is going to be interesting.
Well, there's a bit more to go on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, we like Beyonce more than Skinny Puppy, so.
Probably. I got a poem.
Go for it.
I've just realised this is a poem. It kind of relates to Beyonce because it's called A Message from Destiny's Man. Not Destiny's Child. I've had some good news recently, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got something really good. I got the Frankie Goes to Hollywood album back.
Yes.
And that's really good because it's been 40 years, right, since we bought this album.
Together, yes.
And you've had it. So it's my time for the timeshare. So I've got it in front of me. I'm holding it in my hands. I'm looking at the weird pictures of animals having sex.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it yet, but I just wanted to let everyone know the good news there.
Can I just say, you haven't played it yet? Shocker. I can't believe you haven't played it yet.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy. I'm just happy to have it back, Steve. I think you've had it for too long, man.
I haven't played it for 40 years. No one's touched it for 40 years.
That's shocking. It looks knackered. I don't know what you've been doing with it. It's absolutely trashed. The sleeve is all falling to bits.
Look,
anyway,
I'm
going to do my poem.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. Right, a message from Destiny's Man. We appear to have forgotten about destiny, and I think we need to reappraise that in the wake of current events, and also because just anyway. So let's assess our relationship with destiny. We've been neglecting it recently, I feel. I mean, it's within our remit. This idea that where we are is where we are. This is our destiny, and our destiny in the future is largely, in the bigger scheme of things, not in our control. So we give ourselves to it, or we try to resist. I think I've just worked out. It doesn't turn out to matter. So use your hands to do good things, and your mind can do bad things, and you can live like that for now. For now is our only possession. And the idea of that, if it sounds like a cliche, then the idea of thinking that sounds like a cliche. You're a fucking cliche. I'm a fucking cliche. We're all cliche. So let's cancel each other out and get on with our day.
Nice.
That was a bit of a maths thing at the end there. I didn't really understand, but I think people who are into maths will understand that. It's time to head on to the Derby scene.
On the 90s Derby scene, I just want to be seen. Oh, the 90s Derby scene, where have you been? On the 90s Derby scene, I just want to be seen. What musical cuisine Steve and Giles are going to serve today?
And when we draw back the curtain, this time on the Derby's music scene, we discover a band called Boy Scout.
A group of Boy Scouts.
A group of Boy Scouts, a young group of Boy Scouts who at one time discovered a large bottle of peroxide and all dyed their hair in a kind of Birdland sort of way.
How they did,
if you remember. Now, this band involves lots of people who are known at this parish. They featured our mate Jock on drums, our friend, the aforementioned bulldozer crash Liberty ship, Johnny Domino person, Mark Elston on bass, Frankie Machine on lead guitar, and a new name for the podcast, Nick Glyn Davis on guitar and lead vocals.
Yes.
And they were quite something, weren't they?
I do remember this band very well. And I remember my thoughts on them at the time. So I'm interested in reappraising that now.
Yes.
Obviously, they were pretty rocking live. And I remember my initial reaction was, fucking hell, how come Jock's drumming for them?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's doing some really good drumming. And, they were kind of going for that Britpop rock kind of thing. And it was like, these boys are going to make it. These boys are going to make it.
Yep.
They didn't. I don't know why. They could have done. I guess it goes to show that you need a bit of luck, really.
Yep.
But I didn't like them mainly because of jealousy.
Oh, yeah,
Really.
definitely.
But I think we should have a little listen to them because I've not heard it for a while. We're going to listen to a song called Nature Boy. Have you got anything you wanted to say about it before we hit that play button?
I just want to say I'm very, very pleased that you feel the same way as I did, because I didn't like them. And it was mostly because I was jealous of them, because Jock was my drummer.
Mm.
When I played bass in the Millers and Jock was the drummer, we locked together, right?
And you saw him locking together with somebody else.
It's like watching
like watching something not very nice.
watching something not very nice, and it wasn't very nice.
It's like Eyes Wide Shut or something.
I don't know. I've never seen that film.
Well, there you go. You don't want it, but it's like the drummer equivalent.
Yeah. But the song that we're playing is a song called Nature Boy. And I think, did they start to resent this, possibly in a sort of almost Johnny Domino sort of way?
Well, because people liked it.
Because people liked it. The too popular song, maybe I was just projecting what I would have felt. But anyway.
It's got cracking drums on it.
Bastards.
And the boys and girls on the 90s Derby scene,
they clap their hands and shout hooray.
They go crazy for that stuff.
Yeah, you know what? With
They're losing their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. Oh, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it took
I did
me back.
too.
It took me back. And you know what? Now I'm an adult. I don't feel resentment anymore.
Yeah,
and I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, now I'm an adult and they didn't achieve any success. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Now I'm an adult and they didn't get anywhere, and now I'm pleased for them.
Birdland.
Yeah. No, well, they did look a little bit like Birdland at one point because they all dyed their hair blonde, like real peroxide. It was very peculiar.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed that. That took
Analyze it, Steve. Analyze it musically. Go on.
No, look, it's a good little song.
Analyze it.
It took me back to the Garrick. The Garrick was a lovely little pub.
It was. You know why it was good? Because it had pool tables.
Pool tables, great jukebox.
Nice barman.
Very nice barman. Yeah, and the jukebox was usually free, and we would just go in and just put loads of stuff on and just play pool.
Yeah, but on this occasion, Boy Scout were playing. You couldn't even get near the pool table.
Well, you probably could. But I seem to remember us playing pool when other bands were playing. But anyway,
knobheads.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. They spent a lot of time in recording studios. I think, was it like V2 or something? I don't know.
They got a good sound though, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think
that's a decent sound.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time in recording studios, recording demos for labels that were interested.
I often think of the band Beekeepers in conjunction with Boy Scout.
Yes.
They're another band from the 90s Derby scene that we need to talk about.
Again, they remind me of the Garrick.
Yes.
And I do remember us playing pool whilst the Beekeepers played.
I think they're going to come up soon.
They might have to.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It took me back. But I am still a bit jealous of someone else having Jock playing drums for them.
All right. Well, don't feel too bad because we're going to listen to a song now, which is us in a band with the aforementioned drummer playing with us.
Yes.
Aren't we?
Yes.
And we're going to listen to a song that we recorded in an earlier band called The Millers.
Yes.
We've talked about them before. We kind of we're knocking around. We were kind of in our early 20s. I think at the beginning, you weren't even 20 when we first.
I probably wasn't, no.
And we got a little bit of interest. There was a guy from Norwich called
Barry Newman. Barry Newman.
And he had a little record label.
Wild Club Records. They released things by Catherine Wheel, most notably.
Yeah. And anyway, he got hold of our demo and he liked it. And he put us in the studio in Great Yarmouth. And we've talked about this before. We didn't do ourselves any favours in the studio, really.
No, we didn't.
And Steve's got a real kind of allergic reaction to any of the recordings.
No, but I do feel like we should talk a little bit about the Millers because they were a band that we set up when me and Jock were at college, and we did gigs for our mates and we had a good time and we did gigs all over the place, and Jock was into fanzines and sending tapes around to people. So we did gigs all over the place. We did a few gigs we did a gig in Leeds with Boy Racer. We did a gig in London with Stereo Lab, which is a bit of a disastrous gig for us. But, we were trying to do our thing in that sort of way. And
terrible name.
Yeah, but there were a lot of terrible. I don't think Boy Scout's a brilliant name.
Better than the Millers.
Yeah, I suppose, but it is hard thinking of band names. But we did the thing and we recorded demos and we sent them around. And as you say, we went into the studio in sunny Great Yarmouth and we just forgot what we wanted to sound like, I think. I think we've got red light fever a little bit.
Yeah, well, I know. But before you go too far down this self-immolation route, right, thematically again, let's have a listen to this. This is a song that we recorded in Great Yarmouth, in aforementioned studio. And it's a re-recorded version of a song that was recorded on the demo. And it's a song called Born to Smile. Let's see what we think about it now. Is that the sound of that PV amp?
It's not necessarily the PV. It's that little fizzy little distortion pedal that you had.
Oh, man.
That was really, really fizzy. Because I remember the engineer on those recordings was Richard Hammerton. I mean, basically, we had everything. All the tone settings were on maximum. And before we started recording, he just came in and changed it. And I'm glad he did, because it would have been just 100% treble all the way. But yeah, it was that fizzy. I don't think it had to make your distortion pedal.
Yeah, I know, but that kind of 90s sound of that amp as well, it's like, it's got a real tinny sound. I quite like it, actually, to be honest. It's got that kind of 90s alternative sound. And obviously the bass, it's got that...
edge bass.
It's got edge bass. It's got that weird distorted bass sound as well.
Yeah.
Which,
Hammy put it on everything. He put it on absolutely every track. And that's the sort of thing that I'm disappointed with those recordings, because there's too many additional guitar tracks. And that's me saying that. The bass has got edge bass on. And Giles, are you stoned or not stoned?
Stoned or not stoned?
Stoned or not stoned?
I was born to smile. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was good recording, actually.
That's one of the better. It's one of the better ones that we did in those few days in Great Yarmouth. There are much, much worse songs that we recorded.
I think it stood up quite well to Boy Scout.
Yeah.
It was of the same ilk.
I think Boy Scout were greatly influenced by the work of the Millers. No.
It was good. Good times. Good times. Born to smile. I don't know what the hell I was on about, though. It's like nonsense, really, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I think he was a little bit teenage or early 20-something. You know, hey, look at me. I'm feeling a little bit crazy on the old wacky backy.
Yeah, well, that was what you do, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you think you've invented it as well.
Banana skins, But yeah, it's all right. It's good. Enjoyed. Thank you very much.
And, it didn't come out. So we spent a lot of time in the studio.
Yeah.
Barry spent a lot of money on it, and nothing happened with it. It's just one of those things.
Oh, well. You never know, Steve. Someone might hear it.
And do a TikTok.
Do a TikToker about it. You could do a lovely dance to that.
Yes.
Couldn't you?
It would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. By the way, I have got some positive news on the health front.
Yes.
I did a blood test recently, and I know I've been talking about my stuff on the podcast quite a lot. So I think it's only fair to sort of share it when something good happens as well, not just the bad stuff. And I got reading back on my PSA level, which indicates like how much prostate cancer you've got, and it was pretty low. So obviously my body has responded to the treatment in a good way.
Yes.
So it's looking positive.
Good.
But I'm still feeling a bit weird. I'm feeling weird as in a bit numb, really, because I've not really kind of processed the news. But on the whole, good news. It doesn't mean I'm out of the woods yet with it, but, it's as good as it could be at the minute. So that's good. There you go.
We're making a podcast in the face of certain doom. We are this, our Johnny Domino. We're making a podcast and we're playing obscure tunes. This, our Johnny Domino. We're brothers, we wear glasses. We've got medical conditions. We've both been alive for a while. We're making a podcast in the face of certain doom. It's time for this, our Johnny Domino. Oh, something like that, anyway.
I went to Goose Fair.
Oh, yeah.
And Goose Fair is a big fair in the Nottingham vicinity. And it is England. Is it England's biggest fair or the UK's biggest fair or something? I don't know. Is it, Steve?
I have no idea.
It's one of the oldest fairs anyway. So it's a very big fair, basically. And it's quite a thing to go and visit it. It looks like a gigantic, crazy, glowing city of rides and lights. It's massive.
Mm.
And it's kind of on this big field just on the edge of Nottingham city centre. And I went to visit it, and it made me want to write another poem. And it's kind of about Goose Fair, but it's also, I guess, the poem is about this anti-multiculturalism that is about these days.
Mm.
Certainly with the old flags
Fucking
kind of
flag,
situation, right?
Yeah.
And this sense that, you know, that we need to sort of be in tribes or whatever and, you know, defend our Englishness or something. But going to the Goose Fair did not make me feel like that. Goose Fair. Friday night, Goose Fair is in the air. So I head on down the hill with a busted silencer and a headlight out, parking on Ebbers Road for a little wander among the humans. On the dodgems in a burqa, meeting friends in Chad Bling finest, Indians on bows and arrows. An army of 1,000 roadmen dressed in black and all their mothers versus 27 police. And everyone is selling and everyone is buying, all safe in the knowledge that it's overpriced and flimsy. I could stay here forever, subsisting on mushy peas and churros, amongst these people, illuminated by the lights, the endless spinning glow of lights.
We've mentioned earlier on the phenomenon, which is the PRF Monthly Tribute Series. Now, this loose affiliation of musicians from around the world has been instigated by one Zach Hench.
Oh.
And you have been listening to some of Zach's music, which he puts out under the name Hench.
On Bandcamp, I have.
And how did you discover this particular track? Were you just like flicking through his stuff, or did something about it grabbed you?
No, I was just flicking through. And what stood out for me really was I just enjoyed the fact that it was just clearly just improvised music. And it just fitted the mood I was in when I was walking the dog. But I just think as an end to the episode, I think it might be quite a nice thing to hear. Because it's a bit like, you know, having some nice bit of music after dinner.
A palate cleanser.
It's a palate cleanser, right? And the name of the album is
After Dinner Sketches, Volume 1.
Hello out there in listener land. This is Hench, Zach Hench. They asked me to record a little bit of a intro blurb backstory about a piece of music that I wrote, Comfortable. It's on a recording, an album that I put out back in 2020, After Dinner Sketches Volume 1. This was a collection of semi-improvisational piano sketches. It was really me sitting down at the piano and playing what came to mind, and presenting it mostly warts and all, with just a little bit of filing here and there. And so Comfortable is the first track. I wrote this several months before COVID started, so that wasn't on the radar at the time, but that's when it came out, and God knows life hasn't gotten much better since then. But also it was being comfortable with coming from a classical piano performance background and having not done that in decades, and really not releasing anything that was just me at a piano. All of my prior releases are multiple layers of guitars or whatever, you know, and just, okay, I'm comfortable with putting this out, just a solo piano. I'm comfortable with reclaiming this thing that I stepped away from for many, many years. I'm comfortable with people hearing and understanding that facet of what it is that I do. So, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Giles. Thank you, listeners.
So I think he just he sits and plays the piano after he's had something to eat.
I don't know
as his evening meal.
I'm not sure about that.
I think he does. I think he sits. If you read the stuff, Steve, he sits and reads. He's had his dinner.
He doesn't say anything about.
He's had his dinner. He's had his dinner. Right? Where is he? Where's he live? I'm picturing it. Where does he live? Let's build an audio picture here. He's not from Birmingham.
No,
is
he's
he?
not. He's from California.
He's not from Stoke-on-Trent. He's from Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
So he's sat in Los Angeles, right? Imagine Los Angeles, right? You're in Los Angeles. You've had a nice dinner. I don't know what you've had. You probably had some Mexican food. I don't know. Maybe some churros, right? And or mushy peas. And he's had it, and he's just letting his dinner go down, and
he wanders over to the piano.
He sits at his piano, and he plays.
Yeah.
Right? And this is nice, and this is what I've been listening to. So I think you need to get into the mood for this. We've been listening to some 90s indie pop here and stuff. This is a bit of a tone shift. We're going to get into some nice, gentle, improvised piano music. I think it's going to do us all good.
Can I just say, we've all had a good laugh, but it is a really good bit of music. So
it's the whole thing's good, man.
Yeah.
You should listen to the whole album. Right? I've listened to the whole of Volume 1. I'm going to get into Volume 2. But he's sat there after his dinner. There he goes.
You don't hear his dinner going down. There's no rumble tums on this recording.
He's had his tea.
He's under the top button of his trousers.
He's had his cod and parsley sauce with mashed potatoes. and some nice peas. Well, that was rather lovely.
Yeah.
I feel like I've fully digested.
Good.
No.
You're digestive.
Yeah.
Have a cigar.
Yeah. So you're telling me that Hench, he invented the PRF Tribute Series?
He certainly did, yeah.
So he's kind of like the creator.
Yes, he's like the Wizard of Oz.
He's like Zeus.
Yeah.
Jingle, 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 jingle. So we're nearly at the end of the episode, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done one.
It is.
We had a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, I think we need to do another one soon because then we'll be back on track. I think I'd like to.
Well, we've got more stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah,
haven't we?
it's never going to stop. Never going to stop because we'll just keep recording new shit.
Absolutely, but people who are listening, feel free to send us some stuff.
Yeah.
It could be something for the eternal halls of the 4-track god, or anything really. Just get involved.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about engagement opportunities really, and
go on.
Since I've had some quite positive news, I thought I might sort of pitch this one out. Right?
Go.
I was wondering, about if anyone else thinks about songs that they want to be played at their funeral.
I know exactly what I want playing at my funeral, but carry on.
Because it's one of those things that, I don't know, maybe it's because we're getting on a bit.
All
right?
right.
I'm wondering if it's one of those things that people might be able to sort of share. Because I certainly do think about it. Not in a really morbid way, but I will hear a song and go, oh, that might put that one on the list.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I want something that's quite poignant. And then other times I think, oh, something a bit more celebratory.
Yeah.
Or something a bit ironic that will piss people off. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I wonder if people might want to sort of on Facebook or whatever, or just messages and tell us some songs that you're thinking you might currently want to have at your funeral. Is that too morbid, Steve? Is that too morbid?
I don't think it is. I mean, can we just make it a point to say that this is not legally binding? You can change your mind. But, I know exactly what I want.
Oh, go on. What do you want to share now?
Might as well.
As an example. Go on, Steve.
Well,
currently.
For the last 10 years, probably the last 20 years, yeah.
Okay, right.
And it hasn't changed yet. I want 2 songs.
Yeah, go on.
I want, for the poignancy in the feels, I want Birdhouse in Your Soul by They Might Be Giants.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I want Anarchy in the UK performed by Frank Sidebottom. So track 1, side 1 of Frank's Firm Favourites. Not Anarchy in Timperley, Anarchy in the UK.
Okay.
And that's what I want.
To make everyone have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm having.
You're not allowing people to be sad, are you, Steve? I think I want something that's going to make people cry.
Well, why? Why? You like to think people would be sad anyway.
I want people to be, thrashing their hair about and tearing their garments in grief, to be honest.
Yeah, but why? Why? But you're not going to be there to see it, so you might as well let it.
How do you know? I might be floating. Anyway, Birdhouse in Your Soul, that's kind of quite a cosmic song.
Yeah, it's a cosmic song.
So I can get that. But I think did they record a more kind of somber version of it? Could you have a one by Ellie Goulding?
I just say, I'm the person who's supposed to have the miserable taste in music, and I could really go all out and just destroy everybody with some songs. But I don't want to do that. I want to put Birdhouse on, and I want a bit of Frank Sidebottom.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think I'm just putting it out there as a thing that we could discuss on the podcast a bit more. But I like the fact that you've got some pretty solid choices there.
That's it.
But next time we talk about it, I might tell you some of my ideas. But maybe you could sort of have a little bit of a think as well. See if you've got any others, Steve. Because you might want one a bit of entrance music and stuff as well.
You're going to have the Mud Shark by Frank Zappa, aren't you?
Cross that one.
Cross that one. Because I thought of it.
Yeah, okay. Cross that one.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
okay. Anyway, end of the episode.
Yes, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. If you're enjoying listening to the This Are Johnny Domino podcast, Please
Hold on,
tell
hold on,
your
hold on,
friends
hold on, hold on,
and
hold on.
family.
Hold on, Steve. Right. Okay.
Go.
Steve Wright.
Steve Wright.
I have been listening to a very lustful, thrusting, and virile song recently.
I don't like where this is going.
And it's a song by the man called Muddy Waters.
A young man called Muddy Waters.
And it's a song called You Need Love.
Yeah.
You got yarning and I got funny. Baby, you look so sweet and cunning. Baby, way down inside, woman, you need love. Woman, you need love. You got to have some love. I'm gonna give you some love. I know you need love.
And this song came to my window of attention because I have been continuing to listen to the history of rock music in 500 Songs, the epic podcast by Mr. Andrew Hickey.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's basically attempting to cover the entire history of popular music in the 20th century in incredible detail.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a hell of a thing. And you did ask me to tell you when there's some episodes that I thought you'd enjoy. And the current episodes about Led Zeppelin are excellent.
In a shocking turn of events, I should tell you that I've listened to them already.
They're very good, aren't they?
They're very good.
And I think the listeners should listen to them, right? But it's got many, many interesting things about it. But one of the things that is definitely hammered home is the fact that Led Zeppelin completely ripped off.
Oh, yeah.
A load of blues artists and plagiarized and attempted not to credit them as well.
Oh, yeah. They made no attempt whatsoever. In fact, they listed themselves as composers or arrangers of traditional music.
Absolutely. Like Willie Dixon apparently had to take them to court and all kinds of things. Anyway, so You Need Love by Muddy Waters is clearly the root of Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin. Clearly, to anybody with ears, right? And I think you should go away and listen to it because this is the pure root of it. It's like the cordial before it's been watered down.
Yes.
Right? So that's what you need to get into, man. This is like the pure stuff. Yeah?
Yeah.
But yeah, I still like Led Zeppelin. What are your thoughts on Led Zeppelin, Steve?
I think they're all right.
They're all right.
My favourite thing about these episodes that Andrew Hickey has done, he clearly doesn't like Led Zeppelin. I think he likes some of their songs. I think he just dislikes them as people for their business practices and their morals, really. And my favourite bit is he says Jimmy Page is only interested in money. He's not really interested in music. He's interested in money. And their manager, Peter Brown, said, if you ever want to kill Jimmy Page, chuck a sixpence in front of a bus. That's a great line.
Which is hilarious, right? But he doesn't sound like most rock stars were pretty horrible, really, at this time. And did some pretty terrible things. But I think Jimmy Page was pretty bad according to this anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it's good anyway. So go and listen to it. That's us advertising another podcast
it is.
That you should go and listen to, definitely.
I mean, some people don't like his voice. Some people I know just do not like his voice, but I don't mind it at all.
I think you could get over that if you tried, and it wouldn't take you very long. I wonder if people hate our voices.
Please don't tell us.
I don't want any of that kind of feedback.
No, thank you.
That's all right.
Only positives in the Johnny Domino inbox, please. Thank you.
Good vibes only.
Light a match and say bye-bye. Light a match and say bye-bye.